Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the Go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your Sunday. We also have your Boredom Busters coming up, but first, our top story. The Sculpture Walk organization is already dealing with a case of vandalism just 1 week after new sculptures were installed in downtown Sioux Falls. Sculpture Walk posted on Facebook Saturday a picture of an empty pedestal where the sculpture called Miss was on display near the Wells Fargo building along Phillips Avenue. Sculpture Walk said the sculpture had been damaged. Later in the day, they posted that the sculpture has been recovered and is now with the Sioux Falls Police Department. Sculpture Walk was not aware of any arrests. The Community Blood Bank says last week's Flying for Life blood drive surpassed last year's event by more than 200. The blood drive was a friendly competition between Sanford AirMed and Avera Care Flight. The final tally places Avera as the winner with 431 donation votes and Sanford with 360 donation votes for a total of 791 donations. The blood bank says the donations will secure the local blood supply for the upcoming Memorial Day holiday weekend. Repair crews are hoping for cooperation from the weather in order to finish fixes at a popular Sioux Falls golfing business damaged during the big windstorm earlier this month. 80-mile-an-hour winds brought down much of the high netting that surrounds the driving range at Great Shots. Crews had replaced the nylon netting on the east side of the range. They need calmer winds to complete their work on the west side.
They have to go up 100, to 150 feet with that damage. So they're pulling down the old nets that ripped away that were hanging and then attaching our new nets and getting everything buttoned back up for us.
Golfers were able to return to Great Shots just 1 day after the storm. Crews hope to start repairs to the west side of the driving range today. People gathered at the South Dakota Military Heritage Alliance Saturday in honor of Armed Forces Day. It's observed every third Saturday in May. The day was established in 1949 to honor all men and women serving their country in the military. Let's take our first look at the forecast now with meteorologist Adam Rutt in the Storm Center. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Perry, and good morning, everybody. A frosty start to the day will give way to slightly warmer temperatures, at least compared to what we had on Saturday. Outside we go. Beautiful view south on our downtown camera. 45 at the airport, a westerly breeze at 5 miles per hour. Temperatures overnight bottomed out at least at 34 here in Sioux Falls. We'll see if we got below that number in between those hourly updates from the airport later today. Temperatures are going to remain below average as we head through the afternoon, though, again, it won't be as chilly as Saturday. We are already starting to see some improvement up towards Sisseton. They're at 49, 45 in Ortonville, 38 at the Capitol, 43 Yankton, 44 Aberdeen, but 30s holding steady toward Phillip. Rapid City jumping up to 37, 29, though, in Pine Ridge this morning. Winds are going to stay pretty calm today, so if you have the chance to get outside, I highly recommend you do so, considering we do have cloud cover on the way later tonight, and rain won't be too far behind to kick off the new work week. We'll talk about that and the rest of your 7-day forecast coming up. All
right, thank you very much, Adam. Well, today's your last chance to check out the new homes on display during the Spring Parade of Homes. The parades, which feature 40 newly built homes, will take place from 1 to 5. The homes are located in Sioux Falls, Brandon, Harrisburg, T, Baltic, Hartford, and Lake Madison. It costs $5 to tour the 2 feature homes. All of the other homes are free to see. It's open house and free fishing weekend in South Dakota. Visitors get in for free at all state parks and recreation areas. Camping fees still apply. No fishing licenses are required. However, regulations and limits still apply. The plant traders and gardeners of South Dakota are hosting a plant swap and sale at McCrossin Boys Ranch in Sioux Falls. The event will take place from 11 to 3 at the Robert L. Nielsen Visitors Center. The Sioux Empire Brass presents their spring concert in Sioux Falls. The performance is at 4 o'clock at Westminster Presbyterian Church. The concert is free. It's Sunday Family Fun Day at the Canaries baseball game against the Milwaukee Milkmen. First pitch is at 1:05 at Sioux Falls Stadium. Show up by 12:30 and you'll get a chance to play catch with the players before the game. Fans are also invited to run the bases after the game. And enjoy a night of racing at Huset's Speedway in Brandon. The gates open at 4:30. Hot laps are at 6:30. The races start at 7:30. Tickets are $20, $10 for students, and free for ages 12 and under. Adam?
Well, if you want to get outside today, I don't blame you if you would. We are going to do better on the thermometers. We at least get into the low 60s later this afternoon with more sunshine in place. So perfect weather to go catch some baseball at the birdcage or go catch some racing at Huset's, like Perry mentioned earlier. But just know that there is cloud cover on the way later tonight with rain by the start of the week. Until we get there, though, high pressure is going to keep things nice and quiet for the day. Like I said, enjoy it if you have the chance to do so. We have an upper level trough to the west that's going to gradually build on in and act as a focal point for that activity overnight going into your day on Monday. So take a look at Futurecast. You can see that cloud cover increasing, then the rain won't be too far behind, especially as we head toward the afternoon and into the evening. Scattered showers will then linger through Tuesday with chances for rain on Wednesday being more likely south and east, with low pressure tracking into eastern Iowa. And you can see that on our rainfall outlook through the middle of the week. We'll see some localized higher amounts if we can get a couple of thunderstorms to fire up into the south and west. But you also notice that bullseye just off the screen towards Spencer or Worthington. See those shades of yellow and orange? That's heavier rain associated with that area of low pressure I mentioned before. If it stays out that way, we by and large miss it. And then that's it for rain opportunities through the end of the week. But going through the next 10 days, well, there's a difference in opinion between the European and the American models. The European model a little more pessimistic on rain totals. The American model more aggressive, especially as we head toward the end of May and the start of June. So we'll see which side wins out. Just know that we do have our occasional chances for rain. Temperature-wise, above average conditions win out as we head toward Memorial Day weekend. That's not to say every day is above average, but we just have those higher probabilities for above average temperatures and slightly above average amounts of moisture. So we do have a couple of things to look forward to. Highs today below average and by a pretty healthy margin. Upper 50s to the northeast, low to mid 60s elsewhere, with overnight low temperatures dropping into the upper 30s to mid 40s. Chilly, yes. But let's face it, we've seen far worse over the last couple of nights. Your 7-day forecast will stay cool by day as we hover on either side of 60 through Wednesday, with our best chance for rain coming around Monday, to a lesser extent Wednesday. By the end of the week and into the start of Memorial Day weekend, however, you notice temperatures rebound quite nicely into the upper 70s, peaking in the mid-80s as we head into the first half of the weekend proper. Have a great day, everybody. For more on your local news, weather, and sports, you can always head on over to KELOLAND.com.